Alrighty, gang. So we're back on the North Fork of the South Platte, and I think today we're gonna be hitting those sands there because I don't have an actual classifier. So we're gonna be trying to run as much material as we can through this baby. And I mean, that's like half-inch gap right there. Sorry, waving at someone up on the road. So that's half-inch mesh. Well, expanded mesh, I guess, and can't really shake it around, so I think I'm gonna have to fill this up like a plate and then dump a bucket of water over it. But hopefully that'll be pretty sandy and small pebbles, and then we can set the sluice up somewhere in high flow over there, and hopefully it won't be too much of a problem. But we will see. Okay, well, you can see over there, I got my hole started. The bank is still pretty frozen, so I got one bucket because these two wouldn't separate today, and I just don't feel like fucking with it. But I got one bucket of dirt ice cubes, hopefully melting, but you can see it's already building frost up. And then we got 2 buckets of very, very viscous black sand mixed with clay. It smells like hell, so I'm a little afraid it's not actually black sand and it's just organic matter. But I'm gonna set the sluice up in the high flow towards the middle of the river, and I guess we'll fucking see. Alrighty, well, we got our first run of 3 buckets down, and I am not liking it. You can see we have barely any sand stacked up behind the riffles, and what there is not very black. That's a lot of blonde sands mixed in there. Additionally, I'm not sure how well the camera will pick it up, but now there's a big dent in that mouth. So she's like that, so I'll have to spend some time trying to flatten that out. But I cleaned it out, and maybe there's some real pretty shit hiding in there. But I kind of doubt it. Alright, gang, this is going to be the swirl back from the first run. You can see that is not a lot of black sand. I started with most of a pan full of sand and just shaking and panning off the top. That's not a lot. So I am not super confident there'll be anything even in here, really. But there might be a couple real small pieces coming off that top right. But that's a real big maybe. I think I saw one piece in that top left. That is not great. I see if I can't swish this around so the camera can see. We got one piece that stayed at the top. So that'll go in the cons, and I think I gotta switch where I'm digging, because that is not worth my time. Alright, well, just got done running the second run. 2 buckets from a little kind of underwater sandbar right there. It's not great, I don't think, but some of those sands look a little heavier, I guess. There's definitely a shitload of organic material in there, but I'll clean this out and see what there is to see, I suppose. Well, once again, that's not a very heavy pan at all. That was almost a full pan of blonde sands. But I'll do a swirl back, see if we can't take just a little looks, because that's... Oh, maybe one at the top. No, that moves too fast. If there's anything, we're looking at like flower gold, probably 60 mesh and down. Is that one? I'll try and... That might be one right there in the middle of your screen. And then maybe... Yeah, maybe that one right there. So, 3 specks, maybe. I don't like it. I think I'm gonna move up that way. There's some sand that is pretty similar to how this was before I worked it. So, I'm gonna kick some rocks down and move upriver. I'll see you then. Alrighty, gang, this is the new area that I'm gonna try and be working. We got some nice sand deposits that are real similar to what was down there, which, I mean, that's the same rocks. We are like 100 feet upstream. But we got a nice black sand line there, and then the ground is a little frozen still, but even... You can, I don't know if the camera will see it, but there's still black sand kind of showing through the muck right there. And then all of this is deposited river rocks. And you can see there, like, it's gravel bank adjacent. So I'm going to fill up a bunch of buckets and then try and find somewhere to set the sluice up. Which I, like, to get it to clear, I think I'm going to have to do like here and move a bunch of rocks around, but it's kind of part of it, I guess. Is that a deer? No, that's a rock. Okay. I don't have my glasses on. Clearly. There was a bald eagle flying around over there earlier. I was standing in the river and didn't have my phone on me, so I didn't get him, but you know, always nice to see America's best scavenger. All right, team. Well, that is our third run? Yeah, third run for the day done. I had the sluice set up there. She was running pretty slow. I might have to kick some more of those rocks out of the way, but this dirt does look a lot better. I did see a little speck hanging out right there for most of the run. I think it washed down a little ways when I picked this baby up and out of the water. But that's a lot more black sand, and this is kind of a weird chunky piece of... I actually don't know what that is. But, kind of crumble it open a little. I don't know. Anyways, I'll clean it out, and hopefully we have a little bit more to show for this than our previous tries today. We do obviously have a lot of gravel, but that's kind of by nature of not running a classifier. And then all that's just stuff from this general area here. I will probably try and do another one, but we shall see. All right, gang, this is the third run cons. I'm losing the light, so it might be a little difficult to see, but we do have more black sand than we have been getting, and in that is a couple pretty garnets. That's not showing up, but in real life, that's very red. So, just kind of pan this back. See if I can actually keep it in frame. My cameraman work could definitely be improved. But, oh, that might be one piece there. And then that might also just be mica. It was awful far up in those black sands, but I thought I did a pretty good job cleaning the light shit out. But I guess you never really know. I don't know if... Oh, well, there's a little speck right there. Not that one. That one moves around way too easy to be gold. I wish. It'd be nice. But honestly, for only 3 unclassified buckets, might not be the worst spot ever. I would not be mad at working here. It's real pretty. But like 2 dots is a little disappointing, but I guess they don't call it prospecting for nothing. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. But that, it's a little discouraging if I'm honest. Because I was doing real good further down the river, but I don't know. It'll be great. Did find some gold, not like a lot. Still counts, so I'm gonna get ice cream. But the sun's really starting to go away behind those clouds, and so I think I'm gonna get out of here before the sun goes behind the mountain and all the deer come out, and then I'm really fucked. Alright, gang. Well, I hate filming intros and outros, but apparently it helps engagement. And there's a car going by right now, so we're gonna sit here and wait. Anyway, not a great day today. I had fun, but which really is what this is all about. But I think we got like 4, maybe 5 specks of gold. We got another car coming by. I'm just gonna talk through it. It'll be great. This is the peak of professionalism. Please do like, subscribe, and visit the other videos in this series, because most of them I do a lot better than today. But shit. I mean, if every day was the best day ever, I'd probably be doing this way more professionally. But we're out here having fun, and she was fun. So, thank you. Like, subscribe, comment, watch the other videos.